What's up, guys? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot, and you see the title. We're going to talk about the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns. Both of them had games today. It is Saturday, February 13th. We're going to recap every game, but I want to talk extensively about those two teams. We're going to start with the Phoenix Suns. They were the first game on the slate at 3 o'clock today, taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. And man, they got a big win, and they continue to impress me. 16-9 on the year, fourth in the Western Conference. And I want to talk about, are they actually a threat to win the NBA championship, contend in the Western Conference, and get that eventual championship that Chris Paul has longed for his whole career? And while I'm not going to put them as a championship contender, I still prefer some other teams over them. They are a threat out in the West. And you gotta think about it. Chris Paul, one of the best closing players. He did it again today. Him and Devin Booker continue to close games out, led by CP3 and his leadership, getting his teammates the ball in the right places and knock down some key mid-range shots in the closing minutes of this game as the Sixers tried to pull closer. But yeah, the Suns continue to win games, even though they've had people in and out of the lineup. Devin Booker missed a couple games. But shout out to D-Book, 36 points tonight. I saw a stat that I believe he has scored over 30 points in every, or at least seven straight games against the Sixers. He always kills them. Don't know what he's got in it. Maybe it's one of those Jenner things with Ben Simmons. Who the hell knows? But big game from the Suns, and I'm not ready to call them championship favorites or championship contenders just yet, but I could see them making the Western Conference Finals, which would be a big step for Chris Paul. They are going to need more from DeAndre Ayton if they're going to threaten the Lakers out west. But they've looked very good recently, and I love their team. They're very deep, got a lot of role players that play well. Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Frank Kaminsky, all are playing very well, but very, very good. And that's why I kind of see them as getting maybe close to the Western Conference Finals. There's a lot of teams out west, and that's why we got to talk about the next team, the Utah Jazz. Are they a championship contender? And yeah, we're going to say the same thing. Yeah, and you know, I know some people want me to come in here and say, hell no, they're damn Utah Jazz, but they are playing the best that they ever have been. They're very close to beating the Nuggets last year to go against the LA Clippers, and they could have given them a run in the bubble. The Jazz are playing better than they ever have. Donovan Mitchell's looking great, another 26 points tonight. And they beat up on the Miami Heat, who couldn't score to save their damn lives. But that's not a surprise there. The Heat have struggled to score in the last couple games without Dragic, and Hero's still working back after being out a game. They just don't look very good offensively. The bubble was great for their game, and now they're kind of taking a big step back. Bam Adebayo is doing very well, but he's not supposed to be a primary scorer. Jimmy Butler struggled tonight as they lost by, by 18 points, 112-94. I mean, the Utah Jazz are playing great defense. Gobert played well, 16-12 tonight. Like I said, Spida, Donovan Mitchell, very good game. Jordan Clarkson, very good off the bench. Sixth man of the year, probably will win that award. But are the Utah Jazz, are they title contenders? Same thing with the Suns. I'm not ready to put them into that bubble. I think they are very good. Quinn Snyder has them playing super well. But they don't have the star power that you would see in LA or anywhere else. You just don't see it there. And that's what I think will hold them. Donovan Mitchell killed it in the bubble. Him and Jamal Murray were going back and forth, 40 points, 50 points a night. But they need some other scorers. Gobert's not going to score 20 a night. Bojan Bogdanovic not going to do that. Mike Conley, who's been out a couple games, not going to really do that consistently. Jordan Clarkson, great, not going to give him 25 a night. And that's where I think they'll come into problems against the Lakers. They don't match up well there, and that's why I think I would take the Lakers in any playoff series against them. But I love what I've seen out of the Jazz. They have the best record in the NBA at 22-5. Great for them. And then we're going to just jump into the rest of the games on the slate as they just wrapped up. The Nets, I'll have another video talking about the Nets. They've really impressed me lately. Durant was back tonight. Big win over the Warriors. Happy to see that Draymond Green was back in good health in the second half after he went down with a scary-looking injury in the first half. So good to see him back. Warriors just don't have the talent to beat a Nets team. James Harden killed it tonight, 16 assists. That's very good. No one really went off for the Nets. It seemed like a well-balanced attack, and that's really scary for the rest of the league. We're moving on to the other games. Rockets versus Knicks. Knicks with a 22-point victory. Emmanuel quickly. Oh, man. I don't know what I have to do to get the Knicks to start him or to trade Elfrid Payton. do whatever the hell they... I don't know why they... I guess I understand why they traded for D-Rose, but there's no reason to have him. Quickly, like I already talked about, Peyton starting. You got Austin Rivers. You got a whole cast of crew. They need to give Quickly more minutes. 20 points tonight. He's one of only 3 rookies with 20 points in 5 games this year with Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, and LaMelo Ball. He's been insanely good this year in the minutes he gets. I don't know why he doesn't play more minutes, but Knicks with a big victory over the Rockets, who are really, really struggling without Christian Wood. They still have an okay record. I mean, they're... Never mind, I forgot. They are 11-15, not very good. They need Christian Wood back. I don't know how much longer he will be out, but you don't love that. And then we're going to go to the last game that we had tonight, which would have been the Pacers versus the Hawks. I won't lie, didn't watch much of this. I had Sabonis over in our player props. Yeah, no, he didn't even get close to that. Only had 14 points tonight. But big game for the Pacers. They came back. They were down by 10 early in the game. And, yeah, they came back, and they won this game pretty convincingly by 12. Trae Young didn't attempt a three-pointer for, I believe, the second time in his career. Very odd statistic. But, yeah, it was a whole team-rounded effort. Doug McDermott, shout out to him. He gets the crown of the day. That man had 26 points. He killed it. And TJ McConnell off the bench, very good. He was on my DFS lineup, and he killed it. I think the guy that's going to end up winning has TJ McConnell as one of his starting point guards. Very good pick for us. But feel free to check out the rest of our articles at callingourshot.com and give us a subscribe down below. It really helps us grow out this channel. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out.